friends, myself Sachin, Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Akgec Engineering College. In today's session of Web Technology, we will discuss a topic, complex topic, classes and interfaces. So these are the outlines of today's lecture. Firstly, we will discuss the classes and interfaces. Then we will see how we can define an interface. Then we will see how we can implement the interface, and then we will see variable in the interface, and then we will see some examples of interfaces and how interface and inheritance are related. So we will see in this outline. So let's see what is the basic difference between a class and interface. Generally, interfaces are defined or declared in the similar manner as its class name. That's why this comparison come in picture. Interface are syntactically similar to the class, but it lacks the instance. So in interface, we will not have instance variable, and the method are declared inside the interface without any body. But in class, method have body and have instance variable as well. So this is the main difference between a interface and a class. Class can have instance variable and methods with body, but interface can't have instance variable and methods with body. A class can implement a number of interfaces. A class can implement interface further can be implemented with the help of class, and we can implement any number of interfaces. But in Java, we can't have multiple extents of multiple class extents in a single subclass. So multiple inheritance is not possible in Java, but through interfaces, this thing is possible. Interface is little bit like a class, but interface lack of instance variable. As I told you earlier, that there is no instance variable. That's why you can't create the object for it. So we can't create the object for interfaces, but in class we can create. Interfaces are developed to support the multiple inheritance. As we know that multiple inheritance is not supported by Java, that's why the alternate of multiple inheritance is interfaces. The method present in the interface are pure abstract methods. As we know that abstract method doesn't have its body, so in the same class, so in a similar manner, the interfaces have the methods that are kind of abstract method, or you can say pure abstract. The access specifiers, public, private, protected, are possible with the classes, but for interface we use only one specifier, that is a kind of public. We can't use private and protected in case of interface. So before the name of class we can write all these three, but in case of interface we will just write public. Interfaces contains only the method declaration, and there is no definition. I told you earlier that there is no body of a method in an interface, and an interface defines which method a class has to be implemented, and this way if you want to call a method defined by an interface, you don't need to know exact class or type of an object. But in class we know what is the type of an object, or so this is the main another difference. And another point about the interface is that the class can implement multiple interfaces, but class can't implement or can't extend multiple classes. So these are some differences between the interfaces and classes. So how you will define an interface? So to define an interface, as I told you that interfaces are syntactically similar to a class, but it like instance variable and the method are defined here without a body. So let's see an example. Uh, Here is an interface. Here is an interface named as a group interface. But before as we write class before the name of class, so here we will write interface as a keyword before the name of the group, and it extends multiple interfaces. So interface 1, interface 2, interface 3 can be the another interfaces, super interfaces you can say, and we can extend interfaces in a single interface. And interface further we are defining this interface where the two methods do something else. Here you can see there is no body of these two methods. So as I told you that interface can have the method but without body. So these body can be defined inside a class that will implement this interface group interface. And there is a variable that is a kind of constant. So in case of interface, the value of a variable will be constant. So this is the difference between a class and an interface. Interface can have a method but without body, and interface variable will be final variable, or you can say that will be constant variable, constant with constant value. So interface also have access modifier, but here access modifier is only supported public kind of, or you can say default. If you will not write any access modifier, then it will be default and it will be treated similar to the public. So public interface may be used anywhere in the program, and if you will not write public, then interface may be used inside the current package only. The public specifier indicates the interface can be used in any class, in any package. If you don't specify the interface is public, your interface will be accessible only the class defined in the same package at the interface, as I told you here. Interface can extend another interface. We have seen that the group interface extend group interface 1, interface 2, interface 3. So interface can extend other interfaces just like a class extend the another class. So this point is very similar in case of class and interface, but a class can't extend multiple classes. So, but interface can extend multiple interfaces. Interfaces method have no bodies, as we know, and there is essentially a abstract methods. Or if you will define a public interface, then its all members will be implicitly public. Interface implementation. If you will define an interface, then that need to be implemented as well. The class will implement the interface using the keywords. Using the keyword implement. Class implements an interface and it provides a complete set of methods that is defined by its interfaces. The methods that are defined without body will be right inside the class with body. Any number of class may implement an interface, and one class may implement any number of interfaces, but a class can't extend number of classes. Each class is free to determine the detail of its implementation, and implementation relationship is written with the help of implements keyword. So here the keyword that we will use to implement an interface inside the class is implement. Now, implementation comments. If a class implements several interfaces that are separated with the comma, as we have seen in a previous example, if we will write multiple interfaces, then we will separate them with the help of comma. If a class implements two interfaces that declare the same method will be used by the client for interface. The method that implement an interface must be declared as a public. This point should be keep in mind all time, and the type signature of the implementing method must be exactly the type signature is specified in the interface definition. So we will keep in mind when we are writing the interfaces these 4 points. Another points related to interfaces are extents. Interfaces and extents both is a kind of easy kind of relationship. If B is an B is a class that implement interface A, then B inherits the abstract method, that is method signature that is defined inside the A. So if a class B that implements the interface A and uh, there is a method inside A, so at the time of implementation, the return type should be same. If a B extend class A, then we inherited everything inside the A. If which can be include method code and instance variable as well as the abstract method signature. So class can have all these things. Inheritance is something used to talk about the super and subclass extends kinds of relationship, and but here the keyword is implements in case of interfaces. Variable in interfaces. When we define the variable inside the interfaces, then there is something that we should remember. The interface may include variable, but they must be final, static, and initialized with the constant value. So here variable will be final, static, and there will be constant value when we are declaring a variable inside the interface. Variable declared in the interfaces must be constant. A technique to import shared constant into multiple classes can be these two. Either we declare an interface with variable initialized to the desired value, or either we will include the interface in a class through its implementation. These are the points related to the variable declaration inside the interface. As we know that no method are included in the interface, the class doesn't implement. So that there is no method inside the interfaces, then there will be no implementation of the method inside the class that will implement the interfaces. Anything except importing the variable as a constant. These are the points that we should remember in case of variables. Now, let's see an example of interface. Here is an interface named callback. Here is an interface keyword that we will always write, and there is a method callback. But here it is from it is capital and it is small. Right? And there is no body of this, as we can't define a body. We can't write the body of a method inside the interfaces. So a class will implement this interface. So I just write a client class that will implement this interface callback. Here the callback with body will be defined inside this class. Now this method can be accessed with the object of the class client. not with the object of callback. As we know that interface can't create the object. Now, a class that is implements class callback, and callback is defined here. There is a method non-iface math, that is the method of this class client, can be defined here. So in this way we can implement an interface in any class, or any number of interfaces can be implemented with the help of single class. Now let's see another example of interface inheritance. As we know that one interface can extend another interface. So there is an interface A, and there are two methods that doesn't have a body. So B is another interface. Here I will write interface B that extends A, and interface, yes, this is the comment section. Interface B extends A. So there is the two methods, math1, math2. There is another method, math3. So there are total three methods now present inside the interface B. Now this B further be implemented with the help of a class. Class further we will define here, and then we will implement these either a single A interface or either B. If we will implement interface B, then automatically these methods will be defined inside that class. So interface can be used with the object-oriented property inheritance in this. Now let's see how we will implement it. There is a class, my class, that implements this class B, and the method 1, method math1, math2, math3 are further defined inside the class, this class. So here I just implement class B, and the B class extends A. So math1, math2 automatically come here, and math3 is defined inside the class my class. So in this way we can implement multiple methods defined inside the multiple interfaces. So that's all about the interfaces and class.